always get this question: when is it finally okay to give up? When you finally say, okay, I've given enough, I've invested enough, I've said enough great, nice words, now can I stop pretending? And I always say that, being a youth care worker is like wrestling an 800-pound alligator. And my advice to you is, if you wrestle an 800-pound alligator, you don't give up when you get tired. You give up when the alligator gets tired. And this alligator doesn't get tired. And so we have to dig deep, find the extra effort, and find the extra energy to keep on speaking the possibility, because we don't know when it's going to happen. It may be like me and happen when they're, in their hardest time, or it might be that it comes later in life when they have some deep reflection, or it might be immediate, but you keep on speaking it, and they have to be responsible for deciding when it's finally relevant. Winston Churchill once said, sometimes it's not enough that we do our best, sometimes we have to do what is required. I think that's just a powerful statement of our mission, our commitment. Forgiveness is important. First, you have to be able to look at a young person who's made mistakes and maybe even very bad choices and see them as a young person absent that decision. Forgive that. I didn't say forgiveness, I said forgiveness. The ability to let that piece go so that you can actually do your work of transforming them so that that does not become the definition of who they are the rest of their lives. And then you have to forgive yourself and all the other systems, because we've all had those moments where we, in our professional lives, didn't do that thing we knew we ought to do. And sometimes that mistake weighs on us so much that we don't put ourselves in a situation to be caught there again. But we have to learn from it, we have to acknowledge it, and we have to let ourselves move forward with it, because the work we do is too important to be held up in our hearts and our heads by that one bad choice. We've got many great things to do. And so we have to forgive. The best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago, and the second best time is right now. We talk very often about what should have happened in the other system, what could have happened the last time they were in a facility, what that teacher should have done, what those people at the child welfare agency should have done when they were 6 years old. But those are all conversations that don't get us to the result we need. Because right now is the only best time you have to not be the next person somebody says should have done something great for that child. So we have to let the past go and move forward with intention. Deserve victory is the last rule. To carry yourself in a way that everyone watching knows that you ought to succeed with every child you serve. With every young person you engage with, there ought to be a connection possibility. But we know it doesn't always happen. But if you carry the idea, the attitude of Winston Churchill in World War II, where he said, we will deserve victory. We will not lay down like every other nation in Europe to the Nazi power. We will stand and we will fight. Every woman and child will fight, and we will all likely perish. But everyone watching will know we deserve victory. That's the attitude. That everyone watching will know you did everything in your power to change a child's life, and but for some unforeseen circumstance, some outside force, it did not happen. But not because you gave less than you could. So that's the standard. Everything at 100. And the child will have to decide if it's enough. You just have to invest what you have.